My opening remarks is this microphone
Recording in
is
progress.
really high, and um, turn it down a little bit. Peter in here for? All right. Yeah. Overall, super pleased with the result. Moving on in the tournament, but more so than that, it's just amazing what you can do when everybody gives, right, and everybody's selfless and gives the complete effort. You guys are cramping out there, and you know they're exhausted in there because they gave everything for each other. And you ride your luck a little bit. They had some good chances, as as the opponent would in going down early like that. But again, the structure, the commitment uh, was is was awesome, and I'm proud of them for that. And it's a good mood in there, and it's a lot of guys that have not gotten a lot of minutes, not only up until this point, but also collectively. So the rhythms are off. I put them in a new structure from the get go that we worked on for a few days, and that wasn't ever going to be perfect. So at the end of all this kind of craziness in a game, somehow we got through it. So yeah, just super proud of the effort that they put in tonight. I did that for 10 years. DC United, it's no big deal. No, it's again, I thought we did a pretty good job of understanding, their threats, but still keeping them a little bit uncomfortable, and that's an important thing as you go here when you're down a man, right? To push them and to make sure you're okay. You're low block defending and you're making sure um, you're working hard on the defensive end, but to still push them up at times and buy some minutes, especially when you're up like that. So again, a complete effort. But look, they hit the post. They had what, three or four pretty good looks in front of goal in the air. So, uh, but you're always going to have to ride your luck against a team like that down a man. How did it change the game? What gave them one more player than us, which usually has a not the greatest effect for what we can do. So we end up defending a little bit more. Hmm. I thought he had a great day. Uh, I could have gave a lot of players the man of the match ball, but he scored a goal and gave was a handful all night long. Physically, won a bunch of aerial duels for us down the stretch there that bought us some times and played. He scored the goal, but he also probably his best contribution, other than that, was his defensive work. He was in a bunch of uncomfortable spots that he's usually not in throughout the game, uh, dealing with overloads and defending the box. So he did a lot of that stuff that he's not used to, and he did that. And again, that's what this tonight was about. We're uncomfortable, but guys gave what they had, and we got out of there with a win. How are you? Yeah, I'm super proud of it. I love defending. I've never shied away from my love for defending, and I think it's I hope it's uh, infectious to this group, and I hope they have the same pride in not being scored on. And I think it's a wonderful thing. It obviously gives you a really good chance to win games, uh, but it's work and sacrifice, and you have to suffer at times, and it's not always sexy. and sometimes people don't love to watch it, but I got a real appreciation for it. We're a team that we're constantly trying to get better in the offensive end. We want to score goals too. We want to score 3-4 goals. We want to win 4-0. But until that starts to click and until we figure that part out, it's nice to be able to hang your hat on a good defensive shape, a good structure. I think a structure they believe in, and I'm just with 4 or 5 at home here. It's pretty impressive, and so but I credit the guys and what they're buying into this. It was good. Kind of a wild game for him to come into because of the circumstances, but he gave us. Yeah, I mean, you can tell his qualities, right? I mean, he's got some juice. He's strong in his hold up play. He understands the game. When the game he played forward, he played wide left, he played wide right, and you could tell tactically he's got a real sense of already what we're looking to get out of him. And he was pinned back in the corners dealing with overloads, but he's also playing up top at times and giving us some a threat behind. He broke through one time. So I've been very impressed with him so far at training, and it was just nice to get his feet wet in a match. So you can look forward to seeing him up top, at times out wide, depending on the situation. He's got both of those positions in his locker, and we'll see. We don't necessarily. He's still a young forward, still a young winger. So we've got to incorporate him in at the right pace, but we think he's going to be dynamic, and hopefully he can help us start scoring more goals. Yes, but evolution is necessary, and we've got guys now coming into this team with Brad Smith and Chase, Ibrahim, Eric Zyachenko. Those are all real players, and they don't want to be on the bench. They didn't come here to kind of be on the bench, and that's a good thing. So they're going to hopefully show that in training, but so my point is, it will change. It's going to change, and so when, I don't know, but right now I like the group. I think the starters the guys that have been consistently starting have done a good job, but we need to get better. We're still a big work in progress. We got a long way to go. Defensively, we have a pretty good picture of who we are, and that identity's kind of being forged. But offensively, we still got to get better, and we can't win every game 1-0. So we have to continue to push and be more dangerous, be more effective, be more efficient, see out plays in a better way on the offensive end. And sometimes to do that, you have to give up a little bit of that structure and defense. So that's kind of our challenge as a staff, to see what works and how we evolve. Good, thank you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's great. Go ahead. You got another one? Well, these games are great to start to push your depth and see it in a real game, who can hold up. And a little bit of that's what tonight was about in some ways. And there's not a guy really out there that didn't show me that I could rely on them in a weekend game. That's including Talon and Majib. I thought had a really good night. Who else? Also, G came in at left back. Did a really good job, I thought, helping out there with some of the overloads. Who else is new? Ibrahim came in, and is that the 4? Yeah, G. Sorry, I know him as G. We know him as G. He was great. No, I thought he did a good job. And you come in, and they all did their job. So it does increase our depth. And also, a lot of those guys have been getting games with D2. Kenny Bundy's been a big help since I've gotten here. And, we have a very good relationship, and he's done a great job with those guys when they go down to make sure they're fit and ready to go. And that's a big reason why they're able to come in here and do the job here with the first team. Okay, guys, thanks.